Alright, welcome ladies and gents. The saga of Helldivers 2 continues. This has been a bit of a shit show for all those involved, to be honest. It's gone from one of the highest regarded games out there to, well, yeah, mixed to negative reviews now, it seems, especially on Steam. For, I'd say, justifiable reasons, quite frankly. Now, you know, whatever you think of how it's been handled, etc., they still sold a game to people in countries where they will now no longer be able to play it moving forwards. Because, of course, they can't get a PSN account, PlayStation Network account. And it's against... And there's so many other things involved in it as well, like PlayStation Network and their bizarre biometrics that they're trying to bring in, sort of reading faces, all this kind of nonsense. The data breaches that PSN or Sony has had. It's just not good. It's not good. So... even if you discount the fact that they sold it to people who now no longer will be able to play it because PlayStation Network accounts are not available in certain countries, yeah, there's still also the other nefarious stuff. Even the people that can get a PSN account, they're like, should I? Probably not, because your data's not safe. I don't know. It is what it is. I think it's justifiable that people are annoyed. And I think as well, like, you know, people are just annoyed in general for having to do extra stuff when they could have just enjoyed the game. So it is what it is, but we'll take a look at this. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Turn the bell notifications on. If you like what I do, consider becoming a patron and support the channel. But anyway, let's take a look. Because again, like I said, this is a bit of a shit show. You know, you've got community managers not being great to people. You've got the CEO apparently unaware that PlayStation Network linking now requires a facial scan or ID submission. Like, these things aren't good. Like, I don't want a company to have my ID. What the hell? Do you? No. You should be a little bit more, I don't know, tentative about giving out your information, I think. So, and side note, apparently Steam's been really good. They're giving out refunds, so kudos to Steam. You know, good on them. But Helldivers 2 community manager Spitz claims the game will no longer require players to link a PlayStation Network account to their Steam account in countries where PlayStation Network is not available. I don't know how true this is, because apparently they have also updated the list to now no longer sell it in those countries. So I don't know how true this is. But Sony Helldivers 2 publisher announced players will be required to link their Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account, or they would no longer be able to play the game at the beginning of June. And again, it's important to note, yes, sure, other games get you to do this with like Microsoft and things like that. Sure, Microsoft is available in more countries. So Sony stated, due to technical issues at the launch of Helldivers 2, we allowed the linking requirements for Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account to be temporarily optional. That grace period will now expire. Account linking plays a critical role in protecting our players and upholding the values of safety and security provided on PlayStation and PlayStation Studios games. Steam does it. What's wrong with you? Like, why can't Steam do it? Steam does it. What's the issue? So weird. But anyway, so as of May 6th, all new Helldivers 2 players on Steam will be required to connect their Steam account to a PlayStation Network account. Current players on Steam will start to see the mandatory login from May 30th and will be required to have a link to Steam and PlayStation Network account by June 4th. So basically, we had this statement here saying, let me start by saying I know it's not you guys, but Sony who's holding the metaphorical gun here. But some countries that have your players literally cannot make PSN accounts because Sony does not recognise them on PSN. What's going to happen to those players? We're discussing that question with our partners at PlayStations and trying to find a solution. That's not okay, like, obviously, because you sold it to them first. You know? Why didn't you have it region locked to begin with? So people saying, oh, it's faux outrage, these people are just neckbeards, blah, blah, blah. You're being really insensitive, quite frankly. Not that I'm like, oh, you know, you got to be sensitive, blah, blah, blah. But, like, they bought a game, you know, and if Steam weren't being as good as they are, they wouldn't be getting a refund. They'd be stuck with a game that they purchased that they could no longer play. That's not okay, obviously. So now one of the game's community managers, Spitz, claims players in countries where PlayStation Network is not available will not need to link a PlayStation Network account in order to play. So first, Spitz addressed his flippant remark regarding players' complaints about linking their accounts to PlayStation Network. He wrote, yeah, I was completely unaware how many countries didn't have the ability to make a PSN account when I made that statement. I deeply regret implying that it was so easy for everyone to just sign up and not have to worry about it. Good on him for actually sorting that out. That's good. Good for apologising. I deeply regret implying that it was so easy for everyone to sign up and not have to worry about it. It's absolutely not our intention to force people to break Sony's terms of service or just not play the game if they're in a restricted region. There needs to be a better solution. Yes, there does. And he says, if a better solution isn't provided for players who are in regions without PSN coverage, I'm assured that we won't be making the requirement mandatory for those players. We're not going to force people to either break Sony's terms of service or not play the game. Good. This is probably the only good thing that they can do. Still doesn't get around the biometric thing. Players make their displeasure known through reviews, refunds, gives us more pull in the discussions with Sony. They don't read our Discord. It hurts to see the game's popularity suffer in ratings, but discussions are ongoing and our team is on the side of the players in this fight. It's unrealistic to expect people to make PSN accounts in different regions to get past the account linking requirement. We're aware of that. Discussions are ongoing. Still never should have done it in the first place. Like, ever. You shouldn't have sold them if it was going to be an issue, right? Feedback is always listened to. Most of it is passed on. And most of what is passed on is considered and goes into what changes we make when it comes to a requirement from Sony that has existed since pre-launch. I don't think feedback is going to change much. But yeah, like, literally, like, it's fallen off a cliff. It's cratering. So negative feedback has been piling up. Player base has been dwindling. SteamDB reports peak concurrent players today has only reached 115,000, which is down from 119,000, that's a big drop off. It's not a small amount. So yeah, and I think it's only going lower in fairness. Steam reviews like 100 plus negative now. Absolutely cratered. But you should know what you're getting into, and apparently the CEO didn't. Johan Pilstedt did not know about the facial recognition or anything like that, which is not good. That's bad. So he says, hey everyone, in regards to account linking and questions there too, please reference PlayStation blah blah blah. If you have any further questions, you can reach out using contact PlayStation support at the bottom of the page. Fix your community managers. They're creating a PR disaster for you, which is true. And then he replies saying, I understand that linking accounts and signing up for additional services may not be something that some users would like to do, and that needs to be respected. While the Steam page has always shown the requirements on the page, I wish we were more clear. Let me just load it back up. We're more clear with a long-term intent to not disappoint any of the divers out there. Yeah, how about this though? It's also the fact I'm forced to hand over a phone number, ID, or facial scan just to make the bloody account in the UK. Xbox doesn't ask you for that sort of stuff when you make it. Also, the fact they've had so many data breaches. So I doubt said information is safe in their hands. Is this true? ID or facial scan? Yes, it is. Here you go. Select a method to verify your age. Any data used for verification won't be saved. Press X to doubt. It's true. To those who reside in the UK and Ireland. Wow, that seems crazy. Seems awfully fascist, doesn't it? Like, it's not good. But I assume it's a law in the UK that you need to be able to verify the age of your users. No, I don't think it is. I mean, no, it's not. Like, if I purchase something on Steam, I just input my age. That's it. Either way, sounds like a bit too much for my freedom-loving mind. Let me... God. What an absolute shit show. This has just become a nightmare for everyone. And people just wanted to play a game, god damn it. Terrible. Terrible. But maybe some light at the end of the tunnel? What do you guys think? Thoughts down below. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.